I'm working on the binding. I'm going to try to get as much into this video as I can, so I may talk a little bit quickly. Let's see what I can accomplish. I'm going to show you the corner technique that I do. I stitch my binding onto the back, and then I will roll it to the front, and I will put a nice neat top stitching onto the front of that. I want to show you that in between sections where I'm stitching, I have like a leader. I have a couple of these going. So I have one at the beginning, one at the end. It's just a piece of fabric, and I will just stitch over and over and over with it. That will really help to keep your threads from bunching up when they go straight into the next section of your stitching. If you have questions about that, we can have a discussion. That was just a really quick point I wanted to bring up. I have finished 3 of the corners of the quilt right here on the binding, and I'm on my very last corner. And I want to show you a couple of things real quickly in relationship to the binding. When I get to the corner, I'm going to stop about 1/4 inch from the end, and I'm going to back tack right there. I'm going to fold this in half and give it just a bit of a nice little crease. Folding it up 45 degrees, nice and taut right there. Give myself another little crease, and then bring this straight down. You may want to put a stiletto or a nice sharp pin in between there just to make that a beautiful crease edge in that section. You're going to line these up quite nicely along the edge, and then you'll start stitching. I'm going to start about 1/4 inch down because I don't want to have that big bulky section of thread all starting when I begin my stitching right here. Normally I would have a leader here, but I just had to change my thread out, so that didn't occur. I'm going to hold my thread and take a couple of stitches, back stitch here just a tad. I am not going to back stitch clear to the corner. That will cause a corner that does not look very neat and tidy. You want to have it loose on the edge of that corner, or it's going to end up with a very bulky corner, and that's exactly what we're avoiding, is the bulky corner. So I have my corner here, and I have stitched not quite to the end. Normally I wouldn't even go quite that far back, but it's going to work out okay. And that's going to leave this loose enough to make the turn for the other side, and we're going to have a nice neat turn on it. I also want to show you I do not fold my binding in half the long way. I have reasons for that, and I'm happy to share them with you. Another tip is I literally just let all of my binding just hang down right here. I don't need to put it onto any kind of a rolling situation. It just lays right there. It pulls up and lifts so nice and neat. Some people love doing all those other steps, and if that works for you, that's great. But let's save ourselves some time and consider going this method. Give it a try. Let me know. I'm happy to help you with it. That's how I run my corner on the back side of the quilt.